How's it going, guys? My name is Alex,
Good evening.
and welcome to an updated video on all of the brand new epics that will be added in eFootball. Now we know the league stats of Sergio Aguero. Tomorrow there's going to be an event where there's going to be a lot of info. I'm going to be most likely live streaming it with you, and now we see some kind of like backstage preparation videos on Twitter, and amongst these there has been a screenshot of the stats of Sergio Aguero, and some accounts, opportunistic accounts, decided to go to the effort and upload the stats of Aguero to ChatGPT, ask them to enhance the image, and that's where you can't trust artificial intelligence fully, because if you look at the stats of Sergio Aguero card, you can see that the dribbling stats, for instance, are in green, and you can see that finishing are in blue, offensive awareness is in blue, passing is in red, and even speed isn't reaching 90 right now. It could be like something like 88, 89. Acceleration is high, balance is high, but at the same time, what you see in some people post on Twitter isn't really reliable, and I decided to ask Andy, and that's whom you can trust. You can trust random Twitter accounts. You need to trust Andy. What Andy did for me is uploaded it to ChatGPT, and guess what? I got the same result, the same outcome with high dribbling numbers in 90, and that's where I asked ChatGPT, look at me, look, you can see that the dribbling stats are not blue, they are green. And ChatGPT agreed with me, of course, and then still gave me a different build where the dribbling numbers were also in blue. And look, this card will most likely have lower dribbling stats around 86, 87, 88. The curl, as you can see, is low as well. It could be 83, 84, it could be 80 as well, you never know. And this card is gonna be, of course, nerfed in a way, unfortunately, just simply because it's a new card. Konami gives you for free a card of Sergio Aguero. They cannot really make it overpowered just because there's already 2 additional skills on him. I think that we will see a good card, usable card, but at the same time it's not gonna be the end game card of Sergio Aguero. So in my previous videos I talked about the cards that we were gonna be getting. It's Massaro, it's Seaman, it's Bergkamp, it's Rijkaard, it's Royce, Paul Scholes, Van Bommel, Rui Costa and Ono, and of course most people are gonna be going for Wayne Rooney and Sergio Aguero. There has been a speculation, right, so that you will get a guaranteed chance deal, but also at the same time a random chance deal. I don't think it's gonna be happening though. I think Konami is just gonna be giving you a guaranteed like selection contract, meaning that you can pick a card of your choice, but only one. At the same time, they also say and more, right? Avatar icon and more what exactly, right? On the bottom of this graphic. And more players and more items that you can claim, like coins for instance. Maybe there's gonna be more players, and that's where Rio Ferdinand may appear. But there have been another speculation going around that Rio Ferdinand will appear in a treasure link. So I think one way or another you'll be able to sign both Rio Ferdinand and one of the epic cards, either Aguero, Rooney, or the cards with one additional skill like Van Bommel, Rijkaard, Royce, etc. And then of course there will be some additional cards in the treasure link campaign, and probably the highlight, the best card of course of that pack will be Rio Ferdinand, the face of the banner with Ariel Ford, and I'm happy about that, because if there was like a choice between Rooney and Ferdinand, I mean, for someone who has like that obviously desire to build like Man United team, that would be a tough choice. But at the same time now, if you want to pick Rooney and you want to pick Rio Ferdinand, I think after this campaign you'll be able to do so. Another potential that we will see Rio Ferdinand as a part of Treasure Link. Some people are speculating as well, and some people mentioned that in my comments too, that the cards will be appearing in the daily penalty game box, but it's been a while since Konami added epic cards there. They're usually adding showtime cards, so we're not sure about that. And that's the backstage footage as well, how the festival will look like. I think this is how they're preparing for the festival, setting up the sound and making sure everything works. And that's the original photo of Sergio Aguero, highlighting the stats of the cards, and you can clearly see that blue numbers are here in offensive awareness, acceleration, balance and finishing, and other stats are of course either green or red, which means that this card is usable, but at the same time it's not the end game card. And some people say like also reminding us that and more could mean more epic cards, and last year we had the selection of the cards, I think, a little bit bigger than what we see right now. Here's another video of the backstage and how the stage will look like. This is the badge of someone who is attending the event. And again, Manchester United logo, so maybe some special cards of Manchester United players, maybe some feature cards you'll be getting. And here's another backstage video, and you can see a little bit of footage, right? I'll pause here for a second. You can see that there is some gameplay footage of eFootball, so we can assume that this is what we'll see in eFootball 27. So what's new in AFC? They added the modes that probably we would like to see in eFootball, and one of them is just something like 5v5 outdoors tournament, and also they improved something that I think eFootball had before. They improved the defending AI, where as it would be very difficult to break through the wall of defenders. People would just control their midfielder and the defenders would do the trick for you. Now you need to select a defender in order to stop the attack, and of course the attacks, now you can escape the offside or like offside trap, or like in general your player running into an offside situation. You can play with your friends in both of the like regular events and like divisions and whatnot, and of course in the 5v5 game, which is kind of nice. And there is going to be open world, right? So you can attend different venues, you will meet the Alex Hunter character, or you will play for him, and that's where it's going to be pretty interesting to see the career mode as well in the game. So EFC will cost I think like $80. You can pre-order it, let me see, and then you can pay up to $180 as well. Yeah, so there is an Ultimate Edition Plus, which will cost around $120, I think, and then the regular edition will cost me like $60 or $70. So I think it's an interesting pricing, just given that you get additional, like, I don't know, players or currency in game to use, and then again the game is obviously a little bit more, I don't know, there's more things to do in it still, even at this point where people are disgusted with the gameplay that EFC is offering. Will it be changed a lot? Like, they try to show a lot of gameplay footage in the trailer. Will it be really that playable? And what eFootball has to offer is the biggest question, because that's what probably we'll see during this festival. And like, look, as usual, we keep our expectations low so that maybe the outcome is going to be at least like an improvement over what we've seen before. That's been the update video. Let me know what you think about AFC, and of course about the AGUERO, and in general about the Bangkok event. Are you excited for that? Are you excited to see Wayne Rooney performing at the stage? I don't know what he's going to be doing, keeping up or just answering the questions. There are going to be some signed cards of Wayne Rooney as well. So if you're attending the event, if you pre-registered, you will be getting like a collectible card of Wayne Rooney, kind of cool. And that's been the update video, and I'll see you next one. Peace.